Hello to all the little fishes in the sea. This is Carla, and I'm here today in my kitchen for I gotta say, controversial, you're either in or you're out recipe. Today I am making how I like it tuna salad melt. This is a recipe that was in That Sounds So Good, not as a melt, just as a sandwich, but today I'm taking it to another place that I love. So if you don't like tuna salad, you definitely don't like tuna melts. For the rest of you, I know that you wanna know how I make it and whether it's different from how you make it, how your grandma made it, how your favorite diner makes it. This is how I make it. Watch and learn, baby. The first thing I'm gonna do to make my tuna salad does not involve the tuna. I am gonna chop up this shallot and get it macerating in some lemon juice. I know a lot of people love like raw red onion on their tuna salad. Maybe you're one of those people. That's never been my thing. It's a little too sharp, but I do really love the little bit of bite that you get from an oniony thing. Hanging it out with the fresh lemon juice while I'm making the rest of the salad is gonna give it a chance to deflame, but then also marinate, like kind of get a little quickle energy. It absorbs the salt, it absorbs the lemony flavor, and then that's the last thing that goes into the salad. It's a little step, but I think it's kind of key. It's key in my recipe. I don't know if everybody knows this, but That Sounds So Good was developed during quarantine, and this was one of the dishes that we ate, I would say, at least once a week. Tuna is affordable, it's a pantry staple, it was something that we stocked up on, and everything else that goes into the salad is also like a common pantry item that we had around. And I would say, you know, with total certainty that 3 out of the 4 people who live here really like it, and one of them does not. I made it anyway. Does that make me a terrible mother? Because it's only the juice of 1 lemon. And the lemon is definitely gonna get things going, but salt is gonna bring out the moisture from the shallot even more, as well as seasoning it. So as this sits, the shallot's gonna kind of tenderize and shrink down a bit. That salt's working on it, then that salty liquid, the lemony liquid, the shallot liquid all become one in the bottom of the bowl. So shallot's just gonna hang out for the rest of the time. I think it's worth it for this to buy good tuna. Tuna's just one of those fishes that can be overfished. Other fish can accidentally end up in the tuna net. If you wanna look into it before you buy and pick a brand that makes you happy, go for it. If not, just do one thing for me and buy your tuna packed in oil. The first step is to drain the oil. Ironically, tuna packed in water, nothing wrong with it. Tuna packed in oil, more delicious. That fat has flavor. It makes the texture of the tuna more like enriched, and I just think it makes for a better tuna salad. My older child is not the one who hates tuna. That's a hint. But the way that we ate this a lot during quarantine was over bowls of steamed short grain white rice, and we would make tuna salad Dawn and have that with broccoli D. And it just became like a delicious comfort food that was one of the bright spots of being home together. Aww. Love a hot pickled pepper in general. Really love a hot pickled pepper in my tuna salad. These are pepperoncini. They've already been sliced. If you find the whole ones, pull out a couple of those. And I don't want these big chunks, so I'm just gonna pass my knife over this. If you can't find pepperoncini, you could use any like hot pickled pepper. So like a pickled jalapeno would totally be fine. A spicy pickle that you dice up would also be great. I live with people who truly loathe raw celery. Only one of them actually. So there's no celery in this tuna salad. You know, I feel like apologizing in advance to people who hate mayo, but then on the other hand, I don't feel like apologizing at all. If you're a person who doesn't like mayo, you have already figured out how to get this far in life, and you're probably not even watching the video at this point. 1/4 cup of mayo. Oh, I need a little brine from my pickled pepper. A couple of teaspoons of prepared horseradish. So this is also bringing that kind of nose tingling heat. It's also vinegary. It's also really easy to have. Should always be in your fridge anyway for all of the dips that you're making. Love it here. Few dashes of hot sauce. I think when I developed the recipe, I happen to have green hot sauce in the house, so it's always been green hot sauce ever since. Any kind of hot sauce will work here. A little bit of salt and pepper. Keep in mind the tuna is salty, the pickles are salty, the mayo has salt, the horseradish has salt. So I would start conservative at the beginning and then add as you go. everybody's got their tuna salad. It's like one of those things, it's like very personal. And it's also something that I really never order when I'm out in the world. Like there's nothing more suspicious to me than the tuna salad in the deli case. Like it's almost terrifying. Some tuna noises. Let's give the people what they want. Taste, assess, adjust, and move on. It's missing salt, it's missing sharpness, and it's missing acid. So what's left is to add this shallot mixture. You're welcome for the noises. Category is fish. That's how I like it. A little more hot sauce. Normally, if it was Monday night, I would stop here. But today is a very special day. We're making tuna melts today. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but I have a dream and I have a vision. I'm about to make some more choices that are right for me. I've got toasted rye bread. I like my tuna melt on rye. That's a me thing. My house, my tuna melt, my mayonnaise, my bread. Yes, there's mayonnaise in the tuna salad, but like the bread's gonna be dry unless it has a layer. You can't have a dry edge, you know? This is enough tuna salad, I believe, for 4 sandwiches. Here's another thing about my tuna melt. Open-faced. It's gotta be open-faced. It's broiler open-faced all the way. I want the cheese to be melted, but I don't really want the tuna to be hot. And it feels like in a grilled cheese style tuna melt, you have an objective of getting the outside of the bread really dark, and that takes more time than simply melting cheese. So that's why, to me, the open face makes the most sense. You have molten cheese, you have tuna that is colder than it is hot, and then you have crunchy, delicious mayonnaise-y bread. That seems right to me. Munster, it's my choice. It is how I like it. I like it with Munster. You might like it with something else. Feel free, do your thing. I'm so happy for you for that. Cheddar is a choice. American is a choice. Choices that I would reject wholeheartedly would be Swiss, absolutely not. Mozzarella seems completely wrong and crazy. And what are the other cheeses? Those are all of the cheeses. So provolone would be a monstrosity. Wrong. It's just so wrong. Too sharp. All that's left now is the broiling. We're going for melting, bubbling, cascading, and then browning. Those are the steps and the stages that I would like to see, and I would like to see them happen under my broiler. Dun, dun, da, dun, dun, da, dun, dun, da, dun, the tuna melt. It's delicious to me.
Talk to the camera.
Okay, I have a vision. I've never done this before. One of these is perfect just the way it is. The other one is an experiment. It may work, it may not. We don't know. We have to find out. We have to know if the vision can become reality. Great. Great. I'm gonna have to pick out the most adventurous looking tuna melt.
How do you deem a tuna melt adventurous looking?
It's just gonna tell me. This tuna melt is adventurous. This tuna melt is regular. This adventure melt is inspired by the tuna melt at Palace Diner, a place I have never been, but I've heard so much about. There is a slab of iceberg lettuce in the middle of this tuna melt. Everything else is not the way I do it. But the vision of the iceberg layer is so enticing to me that I have to see if I can do it. But I don't want hot lettuce because I'm on record about hot lettuce. I'm also on record about an iceberg slab as being something that I really love and enjoy. So we're gonna see if I can make an iceberg slab somehow get into adventure melt, right, March? Without failures, there's no victory. So we have to do a tiny bit of surgery. We're gonna quickly, carefully, everyone who doubted me can just go to a closet and say 700 apologies to yourself. Slab. Do you see this? This was an effortless roof removal. And now we have tuna replacement project. Oh my God. I love when dreams become reality. It's really just the highlight of my life. Ooh, I don't know. It is what it is. Adventure melt. See and behold. Adventure melt. We swam the high seas. We did not say, I'm going for a little tool around the marina. We said, I am heading into the open seas. I have my tuna rod. I have my dreams and my visions. I have cool things and warm things. I have cheesy things. And I have rye bread things. And they shall come together today on the open great sea. It's ridiculous. It's my dream.
You need to thank your haters.
Thank my haters for inspiring me, spurring me on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple non-believers here in this room, and boy, are they just sitting in there sowing their wheat or whatever that is. They're sowing seeds of regret now. And I don't think it would be an adventure without a tiny, tiny little umbrella. Right? There we go. You're out on the open sea. You got to keep shaded. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Indeed. That is how I like it. How could you not, like, shiver with delight and joy when you see this? And despite having a plate, I'm going to eat it off the cutting board. Adventure melt. I'll tell you what. It's fun to go on an adventure. It's nothing short of a dream come true. I have nothing but great things to say about how I like it tuna salad adventure melt. You know, whether you like tuna or not, I hope you had fun with me on the exploration of the greater gift of sandwiches to mankind. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? Tuna, tuna, go tuna!